Hi, I'm Gunawardana from Department of Industrial Management, Faculty of Science, University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka. So my study is optimizing inventory management in the supply chains, a literature review study. So this presentation goes for five main subsections from introduction, methodology, content analysis, descriptive analysis, and finally the discussion and the conclusions. So the collection, production, inventory, and the distribution are the four main stages in blood supply chain management. In blood inventory management, the complexities are brought by mainly because of the highly uncertain demand and supply and blood as a perishable commodity. So what are the trends and research gaps that are available in relevance to inventory management of blood supply chains? So in order for that, I developed three objectives. Firstly, what are the major complexities in inventory management of blood supply chains? Then what are the most critical factors causing shortages and wastages in blood supply chains? Then finally, what are the most applicable methods that can be used to optimize the inventory management process of blood supply chains? So my methodology consists of four main processes: initial web search, first phase of filtering, second phase of filtering, and the literature review. So this diagram shows an overview of the screening process of the literature survey. So initially I did a keyword search, and for the novelty I only selected articles between 2000 and 2019. So initially there were 51 articles, and from the first phase of filtering I excluded 17 articles which are not concerning about the supply chain and not focused on inventory optimization aspect. And the second phase of filtering I excluded 7 articles based on level of contribution to the study area. Then at finalized literature survey there were only 19 articles. The optimization approaches are mainly related to case study approach, operation research, information system design, and simulation optimization. So this research area has been begun from 1960s, and basically that time to develop blood bank management policies. And with the introduction of lean concept later on, there are many researchers that are coming with applying lean concepts to minimize wastage of blood. So firstly going for the information systems development. So in that current state of knowledge uh, and the need for information systems to manage blood is blood is very crucial because we have to maintain thousands of records daily. And this research area interests have been from 1980s. So in 2019, information system designed to direct blood collection campaigns to maximize the offer and minimize the wastage. So in the technology enhancement with the implementation of electronic cost matching, the state of knowledge explains about it can be used as a tool to reduce unnecessary wastage and blood often to reduce lead times. Going for the inventory management policies and management strategies. First in first out policy is the most important discipline when managing reducing blood wastages, and in order for that transparency and visibility of inventory should be there. And another study did in 2013 explains about implementing restocking practices for small and frequent orders rather than receiving large bulks. Important to reduce wastage, and it proposes to consider the whole picture. Going for target inventory levels and ordering policies, a study in 2012 explains about some strategies to reduce the just-in-case order behavior, and also to take into account of different demand profiles and experience of staff is very critical. In mathematical modeling, this area is dominated by operational research specialists who come up with mathematical models basically to derive policy out from them. So integer programming, Markov decision process, dynamic programming, and two-step stochastic programming are the topmost approaches in this area. So in the demand forecasting, 2013 study explains about prediction of demand, and it states that it's based on the historical patterns of use. And 2019 research explains about the stages of managing blood inventories and demand forecasting by the forecasting method, safety stock, and zero point. So the study did in 2013 explains about a parametric model based on Bush-Jenkins procedure to find the equilibrium balance of stock level. So in dynamic and stochastic programming, because of the stochastic nature, it's essential to have dynamic program models to handle the nature of the bad. Then another study in 2009 explains about a combined stochastic dynamic program and simulation model. Another study in 2007 explains about two-stage models when managing platelets. Another study that in 2017 explains about the mixed interlinear programming for non-demands and also a stochastic program model for non-demands. And from the results, stochastic program model obtained lower expected rates of shortage and wastage compared to deterministic model. So discrete event simulation used in this area in order to increase the efficiency of blood inventory management. And researchers explain that the dynamics can be better visible by using discrete events. So this table shows an overview of this studies that went through this literature survey. So there were 6 main categories of methodologies: simulation optimization, information systems design, case study, literature review, mathematical optimization, and mathematical optimization and simulation. So going for the publications by year, there's a peak of studies from 2012 to 2013, and there's an increasing trend of mathematical optimization approaches rather than the case study approaches in recent years. So for this study, 6 main databases contributed, and mostly the Science Direct and the ResearchGate. Going for the contribution by countries, United Kingdom contributed mostly for this literature review. The factors affecting blood inventory performance. Researchers show that technology and information systems is the most important factor in affecting blood inventory performance, and the inventory capacity and first in first out rule monitoring and the maximum surgical blood donation schedule of policy, and also the collaboration of inventories and the transparency and decentralization. So the researchers also show that centralized systems are more efficient than decentralized systems when managing blood inventories. So next I'm going for the complexities affecting blood shortages and wastages. So here also 89% of the researchers show that, as I previously mentioned, the uncertain supply, uncertain demand, and the shelf blood as perishable commodity are top most reasons behind the occurrences for shortages and wastages. And also the cost matching and the sign inventory should be maintained when managing blood inventories, and also the multi-product nature and the multi-channel system. So 37% of the studies undertook case study approach, and 32% undertook mathematical optimization approach, and 11% undertook simulation optimization as well. Then other approaches were literature review, mathematical optimization and simulation, and information systems design. So next I'm going for the gaps and future research areas that are available in this arena. So in the mathematical modeling area, there's need for researchers using L-shaped method or cutting plane approximation in case of multi-stage problems, and develop heuristics, Markov process, and other solution methods. And also there's need for developing an adaptive inventory model that is responsive to demand fluctuations, and incorporating sensitivity analysis to better identify dynamics. Research did in 2006 explains about the need. In the simulation optimization, there's need for simulation studies to better identify practices for different size hospitals, and there's a need for a simulation study to evaluate performance policy and develop a scenario for optimal inventory level. So going for the policies and management strategies, there's a need for blood services for a plan to determine whether uh, scenario causes need for more blood and how much required, and the other places where we can find that. Then another study did in 2018 proposes to develop a blood collection strategy to minimize shortage and outdate. And another study did in 2013 shows that the need of further studying the patient blood management concept. Then information system design research did in 2013 explains about the need for neural networks to deal with irregular demands and to have more solutions using web environment to give remote assistance and to create virtual networks. And also a study did in 2018 explains about need of adaptive system for environmental change. Another study showcases about the need for managing inventory levels and to direct blood collection campaigns. Another study that did in 2018 explains about a system to analyze the historical demand data and to make forecast model independent from the analyst, rather the traditional models, and develop system into a tool to access from any place. The technology enhancement with the recent advances like MCA, there's need for researchers on increasing donor utilization and tailoring the donation based on demand. And there's need for developing cost-distribution systems for patient blood management to lessen the need for transfusion by early identification. And there's also need for to have supply chain solutions from the industry. So there's an increasing as recommendations from the study. There's an increasing trend of mathematical optimization approaches rather than case study approaches in recent years. But the thing is that the final solution should be more practically and feasibly applied for the medical expertise who are dealing with these issues. So currently there's current gap between these two areas. So there should be a solution with combined approach. So for that, I propose simulation can be used as a suitable methodology bridging the gap between two areas. And also the studies have to consider the multi-product nature and the cross-matching and the existence of the sign inventory, because without these complexities, without taking into consideration these, the final solution is not feasibly applicable in natural in practice. So I also recommend to use discrete event simulation to address the problems arising with the stochastic nature in the blood supply chains. And also propose to have centralized systems while empowering collaboration with blood banks to minimize the shortages and wastages. And only IT solution cannot give optimized answers. There should be continuous awareness and training to the inventory management staff, and the inventory layout should be optimized by facilitating first in first out rule and increasing the transparency of the inventories. Thank you.